This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 491 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. Today's tip is brought to you by EquestrianCollections.com. Hi, Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip is from Tom Scheve, who, along with his wife Neva, are leading authorities on horse hauling and horse trailers. Together, they've published several books on trailers and trailering: The Complete Guide to Buying, Maintaining, and Servicing a Horse Trailer, Horse Trailering on the Road, and Equine Emergencies on the Road. That's the one we should all have and don't want to use. Today's tip is about the differences and similarities between tag-along and gooseneck horse trailers. But before we get to our tip, a word about today's sponsor, EquestrianCollections.com. When horse folks need quality name-brand products for themselves, their horses, or their stables, they go to EquestrianCollections.com. Why, you may ask? Because of the astounding variety of top names and equestrian products that can be found there. EquestrianCollections.com knows you want products you can count on, and they have thousands of them available at competitive prices. And they don't stop there. You can also take advantage of savvy shopper emails, rider rewards programs, and even special unlimited shipping programs. No matter whether you jump in the meter 15 classes, chase the equitation points all the way to Congress or Nationals, or just enjoy big sky country aboard your horse, EquestrianCollections.com has the name brand products, knowledgeable staff, and great service you need to enjoy your horse time to the fullest. EquestrianCollections.com. Now, enjoy today's tip.
Gooseneck trailers are better than bumper pole trailers. Is that true?
A gooseneck trailer is definitely better than a bumper pull trailer if you're carrying 3 or more horses and or you have a 2-horse with a very long front, let's say has a living quarters or something in it. But it's not necessarily true with a 2-horse trailer. If you're comparing, modern day trailers, 2-horse trailers to 2-horse gooseneck trailers, they're just as safe, in our opinion, in our research, they're just as safe as a gooseneck as long as they are hitched up correctly. And that's the key, to have the right hitch, the right coupler on it, the right weight distribution system, which we highly promote. And if that's the case, and it's a tricky question, but if that's the case, we feel that they're just as safe as a gooseneck trailer.
I'll tell you what, Tom. Though I have on occasion driven some tag-along trailers that I got mighty frightened at times on the highway, as the things seem to have a mind of their own when trucks pass and things like that. So they can be interesting at times.
And that is true. Again, if it's not hooked up correctly, and if it's not designed well. I mean, a good tag-along trailer that has a good tongue weight to it, and there's all different kinds of 2-horse trailers, so we have to be careful about how they can sway and how they're designed. But if a 2-horse tag-along trailer is designed correctly, where the axles are placed in the right position, tongue weight is a good thing. A lot of people don't realize that, but a good tongue weight on a trailer causes it to track better if the wheels are back. What happens is some of the 2-horse trailers, they make them lighter, and they want to have a lighter tongue weight for lesser tow vehicles, and what happens, they move the wheels up a little bit, and then you've got the horses sort of a little bit behind the wheels and in front of the wheels. And what happens is it starts to sway or lose balance. But if it's a correctly designed 2-horse trailer, it can be just as safe as a gooseneck.
Okay, well, that's, something that I am completely unqualified to try to figure out for myself. So how can you make sure that you have a trailer that the tongue weight is the appropriate amount and the tires are where they're supposed to be?
Well, there's a lot to that subject, but basically you need to have the right hitch on it, which is rated, the right height ball. It's very important for a trailer to to be level, and the reason for it to be level is so that there's equal weight on all four tires and the axles, because axles and tires are rated. So what happens is all those tires have to work together to support the weight. Now, if your hitch is up a little or down a little bit too low, and the trailer is riding, and this is a bumper pull we're talking about now, and if you're riding more, then it puts more weight on the front tires, then you've got more weight a little bit forward than it should be. Now, what's going to happen there is the trailer is going to sway. So if you have the trailer hitch a little bit too high, where the nose is up, and you put a little bit too much weight on the back tire, the trailer is probably going to track a little bit better, but you're overloading those back tires, not having the weight on the front, and those tires could heat up and blow. So that's what I mean by hitched up safely. Everything's got to be correct. And, of course, on the gooseneck, too, but they all got to be correct on a bumper pull, because it could be more exaggerated when you have some issues.
Okay, so you still have to have that level playing field when you have a gooseneck as well, not just a bumper pull, or is a little bit of up or down better? Okay.
No, absolutely. You have to have it the same, and you can't always get it exactly perfectly level. So if it's a little bit more up, the nose a little bit more up than down, it's better, because you're throwing a little bit more weight on the back tires than the front, and that just causes it to track better. Now, what happens with the gooseneck is the gooseneck has more tongue weight, obviously, so it comes down into the bed of the truck right over the axle. And like I said, tongue weight is good, so it really helps the trailer to track better. But there's a lot of benefits to a two-horse tag-along trailer with a little pack room. And I often, when people often call and they say, I want to buy a two-horse gooseneck, I'll often talk to them about whether that's what they really want. And a lot of times it just comes out that some neighbor said, you got to have a gooseneck trailer over a tag-along. And this person probably never owned a really good tag-along trailer and then bought a gooseneck, and then that's the only way to go.
See, and you see a lot of people, I mean, everybody says that, but you also see a lot of people, I'm not naming any names, that had a two-wheel drive truck and then bought a four-wheel drive truck with the same trailer, and maybe it might be pointed a little uphill, but that's better than downhill, you say.
Well, you still have to adjust for a four-wheel drive, and that's an excellent question.
How do you do that? Yeah.
There's the gooseneck or the tag-along couplers have a drop-down ball mount, so they come in 2, 4, and 6 inches. So when you have a four-wheel drive and it sets the rear of the truck or the tow vehicle up higher, you really need to get a lower drop so that you can keep the trailer level.
How do you do that with a gooseneck, or are you just kind of out of luck?
No, most goosenecks always have had what they call an adjustable gooseneck, and it's a sliding piece that's bolted. The coupler is sort of bolted up into a sliding piece, and what you're able to do is slide that piece up and down and then be able to adjust it. It's sort of a fine-tuning adjustment, and then once you get it level, then you lock the bolts into place, and you've got it. But you brought up a good question. Older goosenecks, a lot of the older goosenecks don't have the clearance to come over some of today's higher trucks. So that fine adjustment doesn't always work for you if the actual lower part of the gooseneck, underneath the gooseneck, doesn't clear the back of the truck by at least 6 or 8 inches. Do you follow me on that?
Oh, yeah, totally. So do you just need to get a newer trailer?
That's exactly right.
Honey, we're going shopping!
And the best way to do that is, you set the gooseneck up level, let's say on blacktop or concrete driveway, and then you back the truck up underneath it while it's level and see if it has at least 6 to 8 inches of clearance between the bottom of the bed of the truck, or the top of the bed of the truck and the bottom of the gooseneck, and then then you can adjust it. Yeah.
I'm going to say, for my situation, I can answer that now. I mean, I have to crank that puppy about sky high to get my truck underneath it, to drop it down on it. So, yeah, we definitely need to do some shopping. I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah. And the real danger of that, and a lot of people don't realize it, and I've seen it on travel trailers, is that, again, each tire is rated to hold a certain amount of weight. And for example, on a 2-horse tag-along, it could be around 2,300 pounds each. It's anywhere from 18 to 2,300 pounds. So let's say 8,000 plus pounds of weight carrying on all 4 tires. If you put them on the 2, now all of a sudden you've got 6,000 or 7,000 pounds on about 4,000 pounds of weight-rated tires, and they can heat up and then they can blow on you.
Well, there you go. And thanks, Tom and Glenn and Jamie from the Horses in the Morning Show for that tip. This tip is an excerpt from episode 149 of Horses in the Morning, originally posted on May 26, 2011. To listen to the entire episode, just go to www.horsesinthemorning.com. All of the episodes are listed chronologically. You can also go to Tom's website, www.equispirit.com, and click on the Safety tab on the left border for lots more information about trailers, trailering, and trailer safety. Please stop by the Horse Tip Daily Facebook page and let us know what you think of the tips you hear on the show. It's also a great place to tell us about topics you'd like to hear us cover. You can subscribe to all of the great shows on the Horse Radio Network through iTunes or Zune and get your horse podcasts automatically downloaded to your iPod, Zune, or MP3 player. I'll be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, go ride your horse! The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.